Hey guys, welcome back with a BMW F800GS. When I was in Italy this summer, I got a Multistrada 950S to go around and I was incredibly surprised how that bike is so good on the freeway, or autostrada as we call it. Then when I came back to the States, I hopped on the F800GS to go to work. Even with the deflector up over here, going to work it felt like being slapped in the face for an hour compared to what the Multistrada used to feel like. Now the Multistrada had a tall windshield. Also the Multistrada is a more street-oriented adventure bike compared to especially my F800GS. So when the guys at Moto Machine got in touch with me telling me that they were promoting a new brand, I jumped on it and I had them send me this Ermax tall windshield. We're gonna put it on the bike, see how it compares, but enough with the chit chat, let's get on it. Before putting this windshield on the bike, let's see if it's really worth it and what this is all about. First of all, it's very tall, that's about 45 centimeters, which translates about 18 inches or so. Second of all, I have a caliber over here. Let's see how thick this thing is, because it looks pretty thick and pretty solid. It turns out to be 4.5 millimeters, which translated in inches is 0.176 little 5. In one sweep I told you how thick this thing is, and I also told you why the metric system is better, 4.5 millimeters. So you have it. It's very solid, it's very sturdy, and it seems like has a good weight to it. But let's take a look at the weight. This is about 853 grams, which translated in ounces, it's about 30 ounces as well. So it's a good weight, and the screen feels really solid. This is produced by Ermax. Sorry for the accent, Ermax is spelled E-R-Max, M-A-X. It's a French company that makes a whole bunch of stuff, mostly plastics, and this is where it comes from. Now you can find it in the United States through motomachines.com, which if you go there now and register on their website, they actually will send you an email back with a discount for whatever you need to buy. So why I chose Ermax rather than go with the OEM BMW tall windshield? Well, a few simple reasons. First of all, the Ermax one does not need the extra bracket on it, which means I can put these on and off by only removing 6 screws, 4 up front and 1 on each side. So this will make it very convenient for me, because when I go off-road I do not like a tall windshield. Therefore, when I go off-road I'm gonna still put my short windshield on, but when I commute to work or when I go on a long trip, I think this guy is gonna be on the bike. We know how tall it is, so let's put it on the bike and let's see how easy is it to install on the F800GS. Swapping a windshield on the F800GS is fairly easy. It's a matter of 6 screws, and they all are T25 in BMW fashion, so they're Torx. And let's start doing that. I'm gonna start with this one on this side. Maybe I'm gonna see if I can find quick release screw to add to it to make it even faster to swap the windshield. Okay, once you get the screw removed, it should be just as easy as pull it off. Just like that. There is only one thing that Ermax wants you to do to install their windshield, and that is put those 4 washers behind this rubber grommet, this rubber part over here. So they want you to add it to the very outside of it, both sides, and to the other 2 outside. So the 2 central one, apparently, according to the instruction, stay the way they are. So to put the washer in on the back side, you just remove it, then get rid of the front metal washer, this one over here, and then get the rubber grommet to go through the hole. Here it is. Once you have it through, just put the metal washer back into it and slap this back through the F800 bracket. At this point, it's just a matter of grabbing the windshield, the new windshield, and nice and carefully put it on. All the holes seem to be lining up properly. I'm gonna grab the screws and start putting them back in. Don't forget that there is a little rubber washer behind the screw. Alright, seems to be pretty solid. This is a pretty tall windshield and it looks like it's gonna deflect a lot of air, but the only thing left to do right now is remove those dirt tires, slap on my street wheels on it, and go test it out.
The visibility is good, even if I duck down being transparent, it's very, very good. And obviously if I duck behind like this, there is no wind whatsoever. So let's get to the freeway. Let's see how this thing does in the freeway. So far it's been doing really, really good, but obviously we are at side street speed, so let's get it on the freeway. Let's push a little bit and see how it does. Okay, let's get this thing to freeway speed. Not bad at all. I'm going, and this is not bad at all. Way better than before. And right now I'm wearing the peak, so the peak in theory should make it wavier, but this is a way more comfortable ride than before. Whoa. Anyway, so it turns out this Ermax windshield does its job really, really well. It does not vibrate much, which is good considering the size of this thing. And I'm absolutely going to keep this thing on every time I'm going on a road trip or commuting to work. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna take this bike to go to work tonight. As it is right now, usually with my other windshield, the helmet would be doing this on the freeway. This time around, my helmet was nice and steady, which is gonna reduce fatigue. Very good, approved.
We are back and the windshield works great. Incredible protection, it's very wide, it's very tall. Fortunately, I chose the clear version because I knew that I needed to look through it. If you tuck in, great, you don't feel anything. So this is gonna be my default choice for long trips and commuting to work. The only thing is, at full lock, you are touching if you have the bark busters. If you have a different set of handguard, they might not touch, but the bark buster go forward pretty good. And if you don't have handguards at all, then there is no problem, there is no touching whatsoever. It moves very little, amazingly enough, for the size of it, and I'm really, really pleased with it. So when I removed the one I had with the deflector on, I put it on a scale to see the difference in weight. This one weighs 850 grams, about 30 ounces, while the one I used to have on with the deflector on was about 620 grams, which turned out to be 22 ounces. So there is an increase in weight, but well worth it for the service this thing provides. Thank you very much to Mitch and Moto Machines that made this happen. If I'm not wrong, Moto Machines is the only US retailer that carries Ermax, and they do have all sorts of shade. They have the clear one that I'm sporting right here. They also have a smoked, a dark, and a few other shades. So go check them out. I'll put a link in the description. I'm not getting paid. I'm really that happy that this thing worked the way it did. As always, if you guys like this video, if you love this video, subscribe, support the channel. Right on, and I'll see you next time.